Hello and welcome to episode 222 of the Daily Sales Message, where every single day I share a piece of simple and actionable advice that's designed to help you feel more confident and sell more stuff too. In today's episode, we're talking about ABC. A, always be, B, C, closing. Always be closing, always be closing. From the film Glenn Ross. Always be closing. It's a bit like one of those things, telling, it's when you're telling you're not selling and all that kind of stuff. I'm always dubious of these things, but always be closing is a difficult one for me, because if you're trying to close somebody that doesn't want to buy from you, well, guess what? They're not going to buy from you. It's going to be super awkward and you're going to be pushy and do all these kind of nasty, stupid, silly tactics that lots of people say you must do. And I just don't buy it. So always be closing. I kind of get the sentiment, like always be thinking about selling and doing the deal. Yeah. I get that. But always be closing as in like, let's try and push everybody to buy from us. I'm not so sure. I replace the C for closing with the C for curious. Always be curious, meaning always ask questions, always talk to them, always try and learn as much as possible. Because if I ask you, oh, why is that? What is that? What's this? Why is that? Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to find out a ton of information about you, and hopefully from there I can make my offer much more tailored to what you need, as long as you need it, of course. But always be curious, for me, has always been far more powerful than always be closing. So try that out the next time you're talking with a client, rather than thinking about this pressure to just close them, and if you're not selling, you're telling, and all this kind of nonsense. If they don't close you, if you don't close them, then they're going to close you on the reasons why you should buy, blah, blah, blah. Forget all the nonsense, all the hype. Always be curious. Ask questions, get to know people. And if what you have is of interest to them and of value, you can tell them, say, look, James, this is the problem you've got. This is our offering. Here's the overlap here and how we can help you. How does that sound to you? I think we can really help you here. What do you think? For me, that's real, authentic selling, and 18 years in sales so far, it's served me quite well. So ABC, always be curious. That's it for this episode of the Daily Sales Message. Tomorrow in episode 223, the red herring of selling. I'm going to be talking about something in particular that grinds my gears. I go from telling you off in these episodes to just getting annoyed and complaining in these episodes. So as long as you carry on listening, I got lots more things to complain about. But I'll catch you in tomorrow's episode where we talk about the red herring of selling.